Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of the Throttle podcast. I'm your host, Will Earnest, here today with my co-host, Evan Sager, and my guest, Noah Altman.
Hello, y'all.
What up?
Getting into some other segments, we got IndyCar, F1, and NHRA. They've all tested in this past week, but I'll focus on NHRA for this segment. Sean Langdon, he was on an absolute heater this week, testing down in Gainesville, Florida. He laid down both the unofficial elapsed time record at a 3.621 and the unofficial speed record at 345.62 miles an hour, which, I mean, if that was official, it'd be over 2 miles an hour faster than what Brittany Force laid down at Indianapolis during the first round of eliminations at the U.S. Nationals, which, I don't know, but I'm sure the official record is going to be set when NHRA returns to Gainesville for the Gator Nationals, the season opener in a little over 2 weeks. But now getting to some new NASCAR drama, as if we didn't have enough of it back in like December, but we got some new developments.
Yeah, so from the new developments that I understand with NASCAR 2.0, so Joe Gibbs Racing is suing Chris Gabehart for this is all alleged, all innocent until proven guilty, is accusing Chris Gabehart of using JGR secrets to sell to Aspire Motorsports. Mind you, this is all hypothetical. It's hypothetical, all alleged, but this is all being alleged, and Chris Gabehart has no knowledge of this. And Denny Hamlin was very surprised by the news. He posted on Twitter, which is X, but I always call it Twitter. But he posted on Twitter a GIF of Kenny Wallace with his looking like this with his glasses. He's like, looked him up. He's like this is interesting. And Chris Gabehart came out today and said, "I'm denying all these allegations and stuff." I can't remember exactly what he said. I have to look at the tweet again, but it pretty much said he denies all the allegations and stuff, and he will take this to court and see what happens.
I think I'm just going to kind of focus on, if you remember back in the early part of the offseason, I don't remember it might have been, I think it was right after the unfortunate passing of his father, Dennis, but I threw out the idea that it might almost be too much for Hamlin, and I remember, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I sent this to you, but when Jimmy Johnson, when he announced that his last Cup race would be the 2027 Daytona 500, there was I guess, unconfirmed rumor or a tweet out there that said it'd be Hamlin's last too. So I look back on it and I think you had the first episode of NASCAR with the big antitrust lawsuit with NASCAR. You had the way the championship ended. You had the passing of his father, Dennis. You had him tearing his shoulder again, going through the burnt home, and I mean now this, which Chris Gabehart used to be Denny Hamlin's crew chief for a long time. So I just almost feel like I wouldn't say this was the straw that broke Hamlin's back or could have broke his back, but I feel like it just was too much. I feel like all of it layered together, all in the span of a few months. I feel like it's just too much, and he just doesn't feel like he can be. I wouldn't say that he wouldn't think he could be competitive driving. I think it's more just he just wants out.
I think he's ready to be took over his ownership role with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that too.
But the thing is, I don't know who would replace him at JGR, honestly.
Who's capable of replacing him at JGR?
Exactly, and with the sponsorship. The only person I can think of with sponsorship and a little bit of driving is Brandon Jones. Unfortunately,
yeah.
He has Menards, but the thing is, they already sponsor Ryan Blaney, so I don't know how they work. I don't know if it would be like a Bass Pro Shops thing where they sponsor like RCR and JGR, which they could, but it would be a little weird. But
because what do you do with Heim? Do you just put him in at 2311 after, say Herbst doesn't stay at 2311, they put Heim there, or do they press Heim into JGR?
What I think might happen is either Reddick or Wallace will take over the 11th car, and then Corey Heim will take over the 2311 red full time. I think that's what's going to happen. 'Cause I don't see anyone Xfinity or not Xfinity, O'Reilly's Auto Parts,
there you go,
or Craftsman Truck Series to take over the 11th spot. I mean, it's one of the top premier spots in the Cup series right now.
I mean, the 11 car is the all-time winningest number in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
You know, with historic drivers that have driven it. Hamlin, of course, but even back in the day with Cale Yarborough and Darrell Waltrip and all that. I mean, it's a historic number. So, but now getting into Daytona, I just want to kind of lead off and kind of sort of go in chronological order. I just feel bad for Anthony Alfredo. I mean, he missed out on qualifying and on speed, and then he got in his duel until he got disqualified, and then he failed to make the show in the O'Reilly's race, and then got a last-minute deal to race the O'Reilly's race, and it was just
Did they ever say what he got disqualified for?
It was like a couple hoses. I think one of them was I want to say it was like a transaxle or like a trans cooling hose, and then another one was like, I want to say a hose to like a driver cooling hose. But I mean, they said that like they didn't think it could gain an advantage, but on NASCAR's side of things, the rule is that the hoses have to be attached. It doesn't say how they have to be attached. Some teams tape them, some teams rivet them, some teams do both. But the rule is that it has to stay on, and it must have just came off during the duels, and that's what led to that. So I
feel bad.
Yeah. Kyle Busch winning the pole for the Daytona 500, and then everybody at RCR is saying he's back. That's a little early. I don't know. I mean, good for him, I guess, but it's just the Daytona 500 pole. It's not like he won the Daytona 500. It's just the Daytona 500 pole. And, yeah. Can we talk about Noah Gragson ignoring the rules?
Yes.
Getting disqualified for essentially what they're nicknaming the Joey Logano rule by putting his hand up to the window to deflect the air. So, not great.
Why couldn't he just follow the rules and keep his hands on the wheel?
Because it's Noah Gragson.
Yeah.
You realize who you're talking about, right?
Yeah. You got a point.
That is... him and Hocevar are like best buddies.
Yeah. Man, Hocevar had an interesting weekend, but I'll start with him in the truck race. I mean, the first half of that truck race, he was looking really good, and then he just had a bunch of flat tires.
Yeah.
And spun out a bunch. I mean, that was not great. How do we feel about Cleese McFarland in his truck debut, lasting a whole 6 laps before he got loose and hit the wall?
Biffle told him.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, that is true.
You're right.
Just
Still
slightly.
supposed to run.
Biffle still will always live in Cleese's memory, and he should have listened, unfortunately, but it didn't last.
Hey, I mean, he's still got a few more ARCA races at least, and he's about to have Squirrel get in the ARCA car too. That'd be crazy if they'd be racing at Kansas and Talladega together.
Yeah. Ripping around like a ball eagle.
Yep. Tony Stewart. He was doing okay in the truck race, and then he just got caught up in just a super speedway mess. I mean, and I guess it's just kind of just super speedway drama, but I just want to talk about the Rams in general. The Ram trucks, they weren't bad, but like they weren't great either.
Yeah.
Haley did pretty good though.
Yeah.
He was up front. He finished tied with Hocevar and McDowell for the most laps led. Then he got spun on the last lap.
Yeah, which sucks. I mean,
I was kind of rooting for
back a lot.
Hocevar since Hamlin was kind of out because Corey Heim, decided to pull his 2019 best Brad Keselowski out. If you remember that Daytona Coke 0400.
Yep. I do remember that.
I think it was the same spot actually on that track.
Probably.
I think it was because I remember. Oh no, I think it was a little further up because I remember you're spinning off of into 1 down towards the bottom of the track. I remember when Daniel Suarez in the 41 car, he was spinning down and hit the inside wall.
Yeah. I find it crazy how Chandler Smith, he really went from 6th to 1st in the final 2 corners in overtime in the truck race to pull out that victory. It reminds me of James Busher.
Oh my God.
What was it? I think it was either 2011 or 2012.
2012.
2012 in the at the time Nationwide Series race. Of course, now the O'Reilly Series race, the season opener at Daytona. What was that? But he was 11th in the final 2 corners, and then the top 10 all wrecked each other immediately. But yeah, Chandler Smith went from 6th to 1st in the final 2 corners.
Yeah.
Got his 8th career truck win. For once, he didn't win on just a short track.
I know. It's amazing.
So, yeah, but 32 lead changes. Not only just a track record, but it's a NASCAR Truck Series record as well for lead changes in a race. So, lots of lead changes. Yeah. The O'Reilly's race. Austin Hill took everybody behind the woodshed.
Don't take that as impersonating something else, people.
Okay. Yeah. Can we also talk about Natalie Decker?
Okay, let me talk about this real quick. Natalie Decker, you don't belong in NASCAR. I'm sorry. But Natalie Decker, for commenting like you just did on Sam Mayer when he had no control of his car, probably no brake, because his brake lines probably got disconnected or broken, and still complained that he came off the track. Mind you, you should have not been going full speed in that corner, and he was after the wreck. It reminds me it kind of reminds me of the 2015 Coke Zero 400 when Brad Keselowski came sliding in.
Oh, yeah, sliding in for, it was Austin Dillon when he was upside down.
Yeah, but I think that's different because I think there's fluid on the track for him.
Yeah.
Natalie Decker, you had plenty of time to slow down. You at least saw the cars back up behind you.
Natalie Decker had,
brakes.
Natalie Decker had 3 business days to slow down.
She had ARCA brakes and decided, you know what, I'm not going to brake.
Yeah, just ugly deal. There was a lot of wrecks in the O'Reilly's race. A lot of good cars taken out. And then Sam Mayer got taken out even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Austin Hill won the O'Reilly Series race over Justin Allgaier. I feel like when you picked Allgaier, I didn't think you would be that close to victory, although Allgaier didn't really do much of a challenge.
Yeah.
But honestly, who had much of a challenge? I mean, Hill led, I think it was 78 of the 120 laps. Yeah, but led the most laps. It was his 4th win just at Daytona, his 11th on a super speedway, and 15th career O'Reilly's victory.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to talk about. But, yeah. Sunday. Was the Daytona 500.
Where do we begin?
I'm going to start with the fuel concern, or the fuel in general. Just all that fuel saving. Another hot button issue on the super speedways. It's just, I don't know. I mean, McDowell late in the race in the final stage, how did he stretch that far?
I don't know, honestly.
I really don't know how he pulled that out. I mean,
it reminds me of Joey when he raced at Nashville in 2020.
Oh, yeah, 2024.
Or 2023.
Yeah, 2024. That was, ugh. Also, Justin Allgaier in stage 2 had control of the lead, and then I don't know if his spotter told him he was clear and he wasn't clear. I don't know.
Well, he even admitted that it was his fault.
Yeah. Unless he just went up
He lost
too late.
talent. He pulled a Carson Hocevar.
I guess. I don't know. Hey.
That's crazy.
Hey, Hocevar got hit by Eric Jones.
Yeah, I'll give Hocevar some credit. The 500 he did pretty good, but
I'm
talking about all of last season.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I almost nailed that Hocevar pick to perfection. I was 1 lap short of that. So, not great. How do we feel about Toyota in stage 3 controlling all 3 lanes?
Oh my God.
At half throttle to fuel save.
3x3x3.
Yeah. I mean, it was a Toyota that won. It just wasn't one of the Toyotas that was in the front controlling the lanes. But it was a Toyota, so I guess it kind of worked. I don't know.
It worked in someone's favor. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I cannot believe Hocevar getting turned off of Jones with the white flag. Like, did you really have to hit him that hard?
I mean, you gotta understand, it's the last lap.
I mean, yes, it's the last lap of the Daytona 500, but it's not like it's turn 4 of the last lap of the Daytona 500. They weren't even to turn 1 yet.
I still never got a good glimpse of what happened after they spunk. I know there was a bigger wreck behind them. I still never got to saw the angle of that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you expect. It's Fox. with their camera angles.
Okay, besides that last rep, I thought Fox was doing pretty well for that race.
I was gonna say, honestly, Fox broadcast coverage for the Daytona 500 specifically was actually pretty good. But at the same time, it's the Daytona 500. They're all on their best behavior.
They have to be. Watch, when we go back to FS1, it's going to turn to dog shit again.
Yeah. Once we go back to FS1, it is not going to be great.
Yeah, when we go back to FS1, we're going to see the ground. Or Clinton Boyer being like, oh, looky there. Mind you, we're looking at the inside of the car of the 17. Like, what are you talking about, Clint? And 5 seconds later, they're, oh, and there's someone upside down.
Yep. I'm surprised we didn't see Ryan Preece upside down.
I know. I'm surprised. We didn't see any flips during Speedway.
Yeah, we didn't see any flips all weekend. And I think what's crazy to note also is all 3 major players in the big NASCAR antitrust lawsuit back in December, they all won this weekend with front row on Friday in the truck race, Richard Childers with RCR on Saturday in the O'Reilly's race, and 2311 in the Daytona 500. Yeah. Let's talk about that. So after Hocevar got spun, which I'm still not that happy about, Chase Elliott, he took the lead and held it till the exit of turn 4. And then, I've had some time to process it. Reddick made a good move to the inside. Elliott just couldn't block, and then Herbst was behind him, and Herbst wasn't going to push Elliott past his teammate to win. Herbst came up to the outside to try and split Elliott 3 wide in the middle, and the problem was Brad Keselowski was there.
Yeah.
And turned Riley Herbst, who collected pretty much everybody behind Tyler Reddick, who won the race.
I get it's the last lap, so I kind of understand what Herbst was doing. But
it was like the tri-oval, too.
The spotter could have said, car high.
The spotters are just like, go win it. But, yeah, so Tyler Reddick, he wins the 2026 Daytona 500 after finishing second last year to William Byron, who actually had a realistic shot of winning 3 straight Daytona 500s for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. It's his first win since 2024 Homestead.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while. And his second win on a drafting track after 2024 Spring Talladega, and it's his 9th career win. 25 different leaders in total, a new Daytona 500 record, and then 66 lead changes, which is the second most in Daytona 500 history, behind 2011, when the track was freshly repaved and tandem drafting was at its peak.
I remember that race pretty well.
Tandem drafting was great.
Bring tandem back.
Real. Yeah, kind of just the standings and picks. Cup is pretty much the only close standings that we got.
Still not really close, but a little closer than the other ones.
I don't know what you're talking about. Haley only leads me by 5, and Stacy by 6, and Noah by 11, and Bernardo by 12. I guess you're just butthurt that you're 27 points back in 6th, but
hey, don't say that when Saturday or Sunday.
Never gonna happen.
Hey, I went on a tear last year. I won, what was it, 2-3 races in a row?
I don't remember. I just know you won the championship.
Yeah. Buckaroo.
All right. Thanks. Hey, if Haley would have ran full season, she would have clinched the championship a week early.
Yeah,
so
but say that. But did that happen?
She ran 6 less races.
But I still won, so technically speaking.
All right. This guy. But yeah, our picks. I picked Hocevar. That's kind of why I'm still a little salty after that Daytona 500 finish. Somehow he still finished 18th. I thought he was going to finish like 30th.
Yeah, I don't understand. There must have been the people that got wrecked in the back must have had really bad damage.
I don't know. Or he must have been able, like, off camera because of Fox camera angles. He must have got it straightened out and drove around. I don't know. But yeah, and he led a lap. He also got the Xfinity fastest lap, so that's nice for me. Evan, the reason he's 27 points back, he picked Denny Hamlin, who finished 31st. With a solid 4 laps led.
Because Corey Haim does not know how to race and push.
Yeah, what are you going to do if JGR puts him in the 11 car?
I'm going to be a fan of Tyler Reddick.
Okay. You heard it first. Haley, who picked Chase Elliott, so if you thought that I was getting heartbroken. It was worse for her. Plus, she was there. Still finished 4th, even though we got right rear hooked into the wall.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I mean, surprisingly, the only car that did not get damage in there was Josh Berry. Josh Berry was the only car that did not get any kind of damage in there.
Yeah, that was just crazy. But yeah, Elliott 4th, 2 laps led. Stacy, who picked Blaney, finished 27th. Technically DNF'd at some point. Must have been it probably was that last.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was that last crash. Yeah, led a couple laps. Bernardo with Larson finished 16th. Honestly, where was Larson? He didn't show up at all.
Well, he had damage from that wreck, that big wreck by Allgaier.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because his car looked like a modified.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, can we talk about how? Oh, before we get into the other standings, real quick, I want to talk about how since the chase format is back, people are actually gonna race with damage. You see, Austin Dillon.
I did.
It reminded me of the 2015 Martinsville race when when Kansas came back on the track.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And Kansas has gained a lot of fans here at Martinsville.
I mean, just finishing positions alone, just by race finish position, instead of 40 points for the winner and 35 for second, it's 55 for the winner and 35 for second. Yeah. So big difference there. Yeah, O'Reilly standings, it's a lot more spread out. Bernardo leads by a solid, 36 points over Evan.
Something like that.
Yeah, 39 over Stacy, 44 over me, 45 over Noah and Haley, who unfortunately picked Sam Mayer and got caught up in the whole mess. 75 points back.
Good.
Not great.
Some slight.
Yeah, I picked Jesse Love, who, he was up there, and then he got shuffled back on that last sequence, so he only finished 9th. Evan, as we mentioned, you picked Allgaier, who finished 2nd, even though he didn't make a challenge for the win at all. But to be fair, in your defense, who really had much of anything for Austin Hill?
Austin Hill is Speedway merchant.
Yep. Speaking of which, if you're wondering why Bernardo has such a big points lead, he picked Austin Hill, who won the race and started on the pole and swept the stages and led the most laps. The only thing he didn't do was have the Xfinity fastest lap. That's the only thing he didn't do. Stacy picked Carson Kvapil, who finished 7th. Can we also talk about how Carson Kvapil has that great Arby's sponsorship at Atlanta this weekend?
We got the meats.
Yes. More about Atlanta in a few minutes.
Mind you, his fire suit is literally just a thing of roast beef.
Yes.
And it looks
and some bacon in the middle. I saw some bacon in the middle.
Yes. Haley, as we mentioned, picked Sam Mayer, wrecked. Not great, in 31st. And Noah picked Sammy Smith, who finished 5th and led a lap.
Let's go.
Truck Series now. Stacy, who won with Chandler Smith, leads by 19 over Bernardo, 44 over Haley, 45 over Noah, 48 over me, and because I picked Tony Stewart for some reason, I'm just a nice 69 points back.
Some slight.
Yep. Evan would have been a lot closer in the points if Hocevar didn't end up wrecking, as it looked like Hocevar was going to win the dang race.
Yeah, it seems like Hocevar.
Yeah. Haley picked Ben Rhodes with a quiet day in 12th, and Bernardo started on pole with Ty Majeski, who finished 4th, and Noah was up front also with Justin Haley until that last lap spin, finishing 22nd.
I'm so mad about that.
Yeah. But getting into Atlanta now, finally. Don't mind this man's cough. The first race at Atlanta this year for Cup and O'Reilly Series, and the only race at Atlanta for trucks this year. In the truck series, you got Corey Heim. He's back in the truck series for Tricon in the 1 truck. Kyle Busch in the 7, once again for Spire. It's weird seeing him with HendrickCars.com.
I know.
It looks so weird. But he's looking for his 3rd win in a row in this race. But Jake Garcia, he gives ThorSport its 2nd straight pole to start the truck season. So, I don't know. Our picks for the truck race, I'm picking Christian Eckes, who he finished 3rd at Daytona just last week. And I want want to say, I'm pretty sure it was 2022. It was either 22 or 23. He won this truck race at Atlanta, so I feel pretty good about that. Evans picking Caden Honeycutt. Another Tricon truck, and Corey Himes' old guy.
Yeah, that was kind of a shot in the dark.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a shot in the dark. He didn't run bad last week.
Yeah, he's not a bad plate racer. I was just trying to think of someone who would give me points, maybe could win, but mostly give me points so I can stay in the conversation.
Safe points.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I say. We say that, and look, next week on the calendar, the Truck Series goes to St. Petersburg on the streets with IndyCar. That's going to be fun.
That's still wild to me.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Haley's picking Grant Enfinger. Stacy is picking Kyle Busch. So we'll see. We'll see if he can win 3 in a row. I hope not, but we'll see. Bernardo's picking Corey Heim. I knew somebody was going to pick Corey Heim. And Noah is sticking with Justin Haley.
I mean, he did tie most laps led, and I mean, if he can't get in a crash, it's another super speedway, so I think he will do good again.
All right. In the O'Reilly series, Austin Hill, I mean, I said last week, could Austin Hill get back on track? He definitely got back on track. He did more than get back on track.
I'll say he did.
Yeah. He dominated everybody last week at Daytona. He almost got the maximum amount of points in one race. But can RCR keep it up on the super speedways as we're now heading to Atlanta, which is Austin Hill's home track? But here's the thing. You know, I'm sticking with Jesse Love, but even he only qualified 10th. And Austin Hill only qualified 20th. And Sam Mayer, he's on the pole.
Yeah.
1 week after getting demolished last week in Daytona. And then he got ran over by Natalie Decker. Just, for bonus heartbreak. But yeah, I'm sticking with Jesse Love. Evans picking Harrison Burton. Do we think he's turning left?
He's going to flip over, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm curious how long it's going to be for the first flip of the season. You know what'd be funny? If the first flip of the season, it'd be hilarious if it was a truck on the streets of St. Pete.
Oh my god.
That would be fun.
That would be.
Or when they're at Coda.
Trucks aren't at Coda.
I know, but I'm just saying, when they're at Coda in general.
Oh, yeah. Haley's picking Allgaier. Stacy's picking Brandon Jones. It's funny how you mentioned Brandon Jones just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Bernardo's picking Sheldon Creed. Is Sheldon Creed ever going to win a race?
If Ty Gibbs won't, Sheldon Creed won't either.
That's fair.
I will die on that hill.
That's fair. And Noah's sticking with Sammy Smith.
I mean, we're just going to run it back and see how it goes.
That's true. Getting to Cup now. Carson Hocevar and Chase Elliott, they both had heartbreaks on the last lap of the Daytona 500 last week, but they look for redemption. Hocevar, he finished second to Christopher Bell by inches under caution here last February. Hopefully NASCAR can keep the good momentum from Daytona last week and not throw the caution, but
we'll see. But knowing NASCAR, they're still going to throw a caution. Like, oh yeah, here's a fun flag.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Atlanta is a mile and a half that is a super speedway, so it's smaller and it's tighter, so you don't have as much runoff, really much at all, compared to Daytona, which has a ton of runoff. So, yeah, it's different by every track, but yeah. And then, of course, the last time we were here at Atlanta, which was last June, Chase Elliott, he stood in victory lane. So, we'll see. I want to say this. The Penske trio of Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Blaney, they all seem to run up front here, and they all seem to qualify well here, but only Logano has 2 wins to show for it. Granted, Cindric last year, he won the Spring Talladega race, but I'm curious if Blaney or Cindric can get up there as well. And I mean, Blaney won the Summer Daytona race as well, but it just seems like Atlanta for Cindric and Blaney. They just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I mean, yeah. And William Byron, who he just fell short of winning his 3rd straight Daytona 500 last week, he now heads to Atlanta, where he's already won twice in the 8 races on this configuration, along with Chase Elliott, who's won twice, and Logano, who's won twice, and then Bell and Daniel Suarez, who's each got a win in piece. How do we think Suarez is going to do?
I mean, he's won one here, but that was also on Trackhouse equipment.
I mean, but he really didn't do all that bad with Spire last week.
Yeah, honestly,
Spire's looking up this year.
Yeah, because they have a technical alliance with RCR now.
Yeah.
So I feel like, honestly, Spire's going to be on the same level as RCR. I feel like Spire has the better drivers right now because Austin Dillon is just there because of the name. And his grandfather. And Kyle Busch is there just because it's Kyle Busch. But honestly, the young up-and-coming driver like Hocevar is what NASCAR needs in the sport. I mean, with his diversity and getting new people into NASCAR, and then his on-track performance has been really well. Now, there's some questionable things, but he's also a young driver, so he can figure those out. But I will say, this is what NASCAR needs right now, is like a Hocevar. And like a Tyler Reddick. I mean, Tyler Reddick's a little older, but
Yeah.
he's still younger than some of the veteran drivers.
Denny Hamlin. Also, Goodyear, they are bringing a new right side tire for Cup this weekend to encourage more wear. As you know, Atlanta's surface, it's still relatively new. I mean, the track was reconfigured and repaved in 2022, but I mean, I don't really think it's going to do much because I feel like a lot of times that Goodyear's like, we're going to bring a new tire, and it does nothing. But then again, we also said that for Spring Bristol 2024, and we know how that ended.
Like, you're about to say, like, you want to bring up Spring Bristol there, bud?
Spring Bristol 2024 was something. But yeah, and O'Reilly's and Trucks, they're still on the same tire compound that they've ran since 2022 when Atlanta was repaved and reconfigured into a super speedway. But I'll say this, even though there's been a lot of great moments on Atlanta super speedway, sometimes I just wish we still had old Atlanta, or at least sometimes I wish we had a track that acted like old Atlanta. And I will say there is one track that I think has a chance to kind of similarly act like an old Atlanta in a way, and that's Chicagoland. Because honestly, Chicagoland was one of the only tracks that ran good with the absolute garbage 550 horsepower package, and it still ran really good. 2018, 2019, trust me, I know. I was there in 2019 at the last race. I saw Bowman and Larson duke it out for the win. Larson when he was still at Ganassi, and Bowman when he was still in the 88. That was Bowman's first career win, too. But, I mean, as long as they don't repave Chicagoland Speedway, I think we'll be okay. And plus, it's the next-gen cars on an intermediate track. So, I mean...
Theoretically,
Theoretically, we'll be in good shape, but we'll see. Hopefully there's not any flying Tropicana oranges anywhere.
2002 Daytona 500.
2004 Chicagoland. Flying orange.
Hey, look, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a flying orange.
Yeah. I mean, it practically made a qualifying lap around the track. I mean, if you watch the video clip back. But, yeah, so, got Atlanta this week. So we'll see what happens. Another super speedway, and then the following week we go road racing with Cup and O'Reilly's at Circuit of the Americas, and Trucks go with IndyCar for their season opener in the streets of St. Petersburg. And then guess what? The following week we got NHRA in Gainesville for the Gator Nationals, and F1's also back too. I'll wait and see if I talk about that, but yeah. So kind of just some exciting times. We're finally out of the off season, like the true off season, the rut of the off season.
We're now into the full swing of things.
Yes, I'm so glad that it's back. But yeah, so we'll be back here on Monday or Tuesday, hopefully Monday, so that we're all here recording.
Yes.
We'll talk Atlanta. And I don't know what's the crazy thing that's gonna happen. I mean, I'll say this: it has now been 7 straight super speedway races that have ended in a last lap pass.
Yes.
7.
Crazy.
Will it be 8? Who knows?
I do want to touch on this about Denny Hamlin's father's accident with a fire. It was ruled accidental.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, his fire was ruled accidental, and there's still no official cause yet, but it was ruled an accidental fire.
Yeah, almost forgot about that. Late breaking details. Thank you, Evan, my co-host, a.k.a. Super Hamlin fan number 1.
No. I like Ryan Blaney too, and a little Tyler Reddick.
Okay, but
I like Ryan Blaney's mustache.
okay. But yeah. So yeah. Hopefully Monday we can get a nice episode in, and we'll see if any crazy things happen in Atlanta. Last lap pass. Somebody gets flipped. Somebody gets in the catch fence. Who knows?
Let's go flying.
Alright. Is it going to be Ryan Preece? No, I was going to say. Evan already made his prediction. It's going to be Harrison Burton.
Nah, let's not say that. Who said that? Not me. I think that was AI.
That was definitely you.
No, that was AI. Trust.
Roll the clips back.
No. It's not that. That was AI.
Alright. Yeah, so that's all we got for this week's episode of the Throttle Floor Podcast. Make sure you tune in and listen and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Check out the Chill Photography and Throttle Floor Podcast Instagram and TikTok's accounts. And
all that fun jazz.
What?
All that fun jazz.
Yep. And thanks to Evan and Noah for showing up again and actually finally using the podcast group chat.
I know, right?
Let's go.
It's crazy what a group check.
Yeah,
Texting.
It's crazy how much communication is vitally important in the world of motorsports. Tell Justin Allgaier that.
That's
Yeah,
Tell
so-
Natalie Decker that.
No, that's the person you really need to tell. Is Natalie Decker. Hey, car, hi. Let's slow down. No, I'm gonna go. Wait, who needs turn signal? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Family Guy reference over here.
If you know, you know.
Yep. But that's all we got for this week's episode of the Throttle Floor Podcast, and we'll see y'all hopefully on Monday or Tuesday, but hopefully Monday.
Should be Monday.
So, yeah. But that's all we got for this week's episode of the Throttle Floor Podcast, and we'll see y'all next week.
Have a good night, y'all.
See ya.